Hello, everyone. Happy 2026. My name is Cecilia. I'm a professional photographer here in Mexico. I have another channel where I post vlogs about whatever happens here in the studio in Mexico. That channel is in Spanish. So I thought, okay, maybe we will try doing a new channel, but this time in English with other things to talk about photography. As I said, my name is Ceci CruzS. I'm a photographer and I think most of all things photography for the creative part. The thing that I like to do on my own time, it's doing street photography, documentary, because that's something that I wanted to do for a long time, but I never got to do it when I started doing photography. Eventually, I got to do it and I just fell in love with it. So here is my studio in Puebla, in Mexico. I'm close to Mexico City, but well, this is the space where I create other things for my clients. I do mostly portrait photography because, well, that's the part that I like doing most, engaging with people, creating images, and showing them how they look through the lens. So if you like street photography, just leave a comment over here and tell me what kind of photography you enjoy doing the most, or where in the world are you and practicing this beautiful art of photography. What else can I tell you about me? Okay, let's see. Well, I do have a master's in photography because I wanted to teach photography. So, in order to do that, I needed a degree. And that's something that we can discuss also, well, maybe in this video, because I really have no agenda on what to talk about in this channel. So I enjoy teaching a lot. I teach at a university level, but I also like doing things online, creating content about tutorials once in a while, and also have classes on Skillshare. Some things that I feel people need to know about photography, even if they don't want to like pursue photography as a career. I mean, it's just something like you have to know how to take a photo, and even if it's just with a smartphone or with a DSLR or whatever camera you have, it's something that, I mean, at maybe one point in your life, you need to know how to take a photograph of something. So that's like mainly all the things that I like about this is the creative part, the knowing how to do some things, a lot of things for work, but other things just for fun. And I think that's one of my goals with this channel and this experiment on doing now this channel in English is to, well, get more involved in whatever is happening out there in the world of photography, sharing our experiences of what it is on or how is to work in photography in different countries, in different spaces, socially, economically, politically, or any other view that you have about the medium and how you take all the knowledge that you have and put it out there. So if you like these kind of things and would like to, I don't know, keep the discussion going about photography, please subscribe. It's an interesting topic, and I do like talking about photography because, well, to be honest, it's what I like to do as a job and on my free time because, well, I like images and I like preserving these little moments of my own life because, well, that's, I think, one of the key points that photography exists is because it helps us remember things that we like, that we love, spaces, people, feelings, and just remembering all those details of whatever happens around us. Previously, when I said about do you need to study photography or have a degree to become a professional photographer, do you really need to? But for me, being a professional photographer means a lot of things. It's not just only the economical part where you have clients and earn money through the medium, but also the skill level that you have and all the knowledge that you provide to your work. So, in that sense, I know people that are very successful in photography without having a degree. They studied maybe a diploma or something really basic about photography, but they have stayed curious about how to evolve in the medium, how to use the equipment, how to improve day by day with what they are doing. And there are a lot of people that are really successful that way. But also, I see the other side where uh, people claim to be a professional photographer and they have not even the slightest idea about the medium, about the technical side, about the creativity part, or even the business side of things. So I think that in order to become a professional photographer, you have to do a lot of things that maybe just a degree would not provide for you. For example, what my degree gives to me is the chance to teach at university at a professional level, because when, for example, here in Mexico, in order for anyone to teach at university level, you have to have proof that you are knowledgeable in that topic or in that area. So, in that way, because I wanted to teach at university because I really enjoy it, and it was something that I planned on doing in my career, I needed a degree. So, for me, having a degree opened that door, because otherwise I wasn't able to teach at a really good university. But on the other hand, even if I didn't have that degree, I could still teach my own workshops here in my studio, which I do, but in another part, in another different way of teaching without having that degree. But I will be honest, I really think that having a degree is something that can open you not just opportunities, but it gives you a broader idea of how the medium works, because nowadays photography is everywhere. We have cameras everywhere, from the smartphones to mirrorless or DSLRs, analog, any kind of camera. So we all can become a photographer or someone that engages with photography to create something. So in that fashion, we can we have to prove like we can do things a little bit better. Okay, so I don't know. What do you think? Do you really think you need a degree to study photography? I think that as a photographer, you need to be very conscious that this is something that you have to keep working and learning continuously about the craft, because it's not just about I don't know, just having your camera and shoot it and pointing it everywhere and just taking photos left and right of something. You have to have an intention for why you want to create images. So if you are just the kind of people that said, okay, I'm going to be a photographer, and took the camera and just started learning and using it and creating in order to become much more familiar with the medium, with what you could do with the camera, I mean, kudos to you, because that's something that we all need to keep doing in photography, even if you are a professional or you're just starting, or if you have studies or not, you have to keep working with the medium and doing photography, because I often at university complain. Well, it's not just a complaint, it's an observation, but that other teachers, they worry a lot about the theory of photography, just learning photography through speaking of topics and not letting the students really engage actively in creating images. Not everything you can learn it from a book. Of course, there are a lot of topics that you can learn through a book. History of photography. Our books are very necessary in photography for the images, because it's not the same having an image on a screen that are printed. But in order to learn about photography, I think that doing is the best way to see if that's something that you like and what you like about it and what you don't like about it. Just let me know. What do you think? Do you really are the kind of photographer that it's hands-on, that you are always pursuing something new in photography and trying new things, or you feel very comfortable in one style or genre of photography, and you say, okay, that this is for me, I don't need to try something else? Or how do you approach photography? So I was telling you, when I started my master's degree, I needed to, like, a clean slate and figure out what else did I like about photography, because other reason that I went into having well, getting into this degree is that I needed something more out of photography. I knew that I needed something else, to figure something else about the medium and how it was going to work for me in the future. So, within all the classes and everything, I realized that I really like street photography. And if you ever visited Mexico, it's a place that has like a lot of people, color, light is fabulous because it's very sunny. So everything lends to the creative side. So I started doing street photography for as long as I did my degree. It was very planned from my side that I went out day and night most of the week, or to take photographs, and just to wander around the city. Sometimes I drove and I took pictures. Don't do that, okay? But it's like a good practice. I mean, getting stuck in traffic is something that I really enjoy, because it gives me the chance to look around and take some photos. But at the same time, this kind of practice showed me that I had a really good sense of what's out there. I developed the sense of observation. It's just not just looking around and seeing that something is happening over there. What street photography did for me is that it slowed me down enough for me to take everything in, from the light, from the people walking around the streets, what they are doing, how they are engaging with other people. And that became really, really interesting and addictive at the same time, because I think it also allowed me to connect with other sides of being Mexican, because sometimes you are just really involved in your own bubble, that you don't take the time to look outside and see what's happening in other sides of your city or your country or even your own neighborhood. So that's what I really loved about photography, street photography, and doing it here in Puebla, where I live. So if you enjoy street photography, tell me what are the parts that you enjoy about doing this? Do you go outside? I don't know. Do you enjoy doing photography during the day or during the night? Do you have a favorite equipment that you use? Okay, just tell me whatever you want about doing street photography. I like to know how other people engages with this genre of photography. So I'm going to show you. This is getting a little bit long, but it's okay. I'm going to show you something that I did for my thesis project, for my final projects of the MFA. I did this. I do all the folders and everything. I did. I created a book with all my work I think this is the work from, I think probably 3 years or something like that. And I did digital photography and some analog photography, film photography. And that's another part that I wanted to try with photography, because when I learned photography, it was digital photography. I think maybe just once or twice I went into the dark room and I really didn't like it. Now I do love it, but back then I didn't like it because I don't know. It was not the time. I had no interest in it. But now that I had the time to create images for something like this for my project, some of them are in film photography, which I really enjoyed. So this one is it's a book. It's called The Ineffable Everyday Life, which means that is just everyday life activities of people in Puebla, in Mexico, and what they do, what's people doing during the day, during the night, and I'm going to show you here, but I will post it more images so you can look at it. It has a really nice collection of images from everyday activities and also religious activities that happen around here, because Puebla has lots of churches. If you ever Google Puebla, you'll see that, I don't know, there are over, only in Cholula where I live, I think over 200 something number of churches. So it's a place with a lot of activity, religious activities. So I took time also to create images of this kind of events. And the book is just this collection of images. And I mean, it took a lot of courage from my side also to create some images, because having a camera around in the city can be very intimidating, and walking around meeting people always looking at you because you have a camera, it can be intimidating for the one for the photographer. So I learned how to talk to people, and this one's in film. This one's film. I learned how to talk to people, how to engage with them, not to hide my camera, and show them what really, I don't know how it looks. So most of them, if not all, they were always really nice to me when I approached them to take a photo. Sometimes I just took the photo and like walked really fast, not going to lie, but it's a really good exercise for confidence, believe me. So, well, this is part of my book. I will share more images so you can check them out. and see this part of my work. So I hope you enjoy this first video. Sorry, it's a little bit long, but anyway. So if you want more of this or a topic that interests you, sorry for the raspy voice. I really had a really bad cold like 2 weeks ago, and I'm still coughing. So if you want to know more about photography, or for me just to talk or visit some places here in Puebla, just let me know. I will be very glad to share my thoughts on topics on photography and things that happen around here in my studio, or I don't know, whatever we feel like. So see you next time, and don't forget to subscribe, and also you can follow me on Instagram. I'm going to leave there all my links if you are interested in continuing this conversation about photography. So see you the next time, and a big hug. Ciao.